Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to another episode of Point of View. Coming up tonight, we're giving our take on the Carmelo Anthony case. This story has sparked a national debate for months, and now the verdict is officially in. There's a lot to unpack with this one for sure. Plus, more hot topics you won't want to miss. You're watching Point of View. What started as a dispute between two teenagers at a high school track meet has turned into one of the most talked about cases in the country. Now, with Carmelo Anthony found guilty in the stabbing death of Austin Metcalf, the conversation is far from over. People are left with questions about self defense, race, accountability, and the role social media played in shaping the public's opinion. Danielle, what is your take on this verdict?
It's just like, here we go again. And now we're in a world where we as Black people can't even defend ourselves. And you have people like Mr. Chow and other people that are literally getting away with murder. And then you can't even defend yourself without going to jail and it not being counted as self-defense. Like, that's so frustrating. And then if the roles were reversed, there would be no accountability. Like, nobody would care.
Sunset and Tally, y'all both are parents. How? I mean, how do you tell your kids, like, advise them on what to do when they genuinely feel their life is threatened? When someone is genuinely harassing them, picking on them, how do you tell them to defend themselves?
I don't even know if I have an answer to that. I know that honestly, like right now, and as soon as the verdict came in, just over the duration of this whole trial, my stomach has literally been in my shoes, literally. And right now, it's like as I try to gather my thoughts to articulate the way that I feel, I don't even really know how to do it. But what I thank God for is that from my oldest son is 19, but my 18-year-old, when I first had him, I knew then that there was a responsibility for me to let him know that we are living in two different worlds. And it's so sad to see in this situation. Unfortunately, someone has lost their life, but this person was the aggressor, who no one will be held accountable for that. This is someone that agitated, put his hands on a young Black man. When we tell our Black kids all the time from kindergarten right on up, hey, you don't be the aggressor, but if someone touches you, defend yourself. And in this situation, in the state of Texas, it is not illegal for Carmelo to have had that knife on him, and he could have had it to defend himself after school on the walk home. We don't know what the situation may be. But in this situation where he was 120 pounds and there was someone that was 230 pounds standing over him, of course he felt that his life was an imminent threat. And in this situation, as we've seen countless times, and until we do something about it, we're going to see it again and again and again, the judicial system has failed young Black boys and young Black faces every single time, even just to see the rhetoric and the interactions that were going outside of the courtroom. A lot of this also goes back to the presidency that we are under, because the good old boys have came out of those dirt roads. And I mean, I'm literally, my mind is all over the place. Even when I think about, his mom saying that they moved to.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Sunset, let's see what you had to say about this. Do you want to chime in?
No.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so I have permission?
Yes.
Thank you, guys. But, even thinking about the fact of, his mom saying that the reason that they moved to Collin County, Texas, was because she wanted to give her son a better life. There's a 63% white population and 12% Black population. So my question is, when are we seriously going to start buying land? When are we going to seriously get back to creating our own community so that we don't have to go somewhere else where we're not wanted, where the law does not serve us to, quote unquote, give our kids a better life?
Now, Willie comes on here and says that all the time. Then we give him a hard time about it. But in this case, I mean, I think we're starting to really understand, like, why it is so necessary, why we're going to have to go through it, even though they've burned everything down every time that Black people have set up their own communities away from them to be peaceful. For some reason, they just cannot accept peace. Why is it so difficult to accept peace when it's comes to us.
But they don't want peace.
That's it.
That's
Like,
it.
I don't know what this grandiose answer is that everyone is searching for, and this is where my frustration lies. I talk about all the time we need to take action, and I hear the words that you guys are saying when you say, what do I tell my son when he feels like he's in imminent danger? The thing is, when he walks out the door, he's in imminent danger. So however he feels to defend himself, I'm standing by him, right, wrong, or indifferent, and I don't care how he feels that he needs to defend himself. I'll be standing right there, proud of my son for defending himself. So that's number one. Number two, when you say buy up the land or go and build our own, this is our land. That's the thing. This is our land. When the Iroquois people were here already, establishing their own government, when the American Indians were here, we are American Indian. Do not let them confuse you. This is our land. So when we were here, do you know what they did to us? Biden just signed off to apologize to the American Indians because when they came here, you know what they did? When we couldn't understand these treaties, guess what they did? They went and took the kids from their homes and hit them, beat them, and told them they could not learn their native tongue, their native language, and their native culture.
So if they
Just
imagine
so
if they
could
did that
infiltrate it.
to them, to Native Americans, to American Indians, right? Imagine what they did to people bringing them over here. You can't learn your language. You can't speak your language. Don't want you to sing your songs. Don't want you to do anything that you came over here with after they brought you over here.
I am going to go back to the Carmelo Anthony case. This should not have come at a surprise for us. We should have been already ready.
I think so.
We should have been armed. We should have had leaders standing for him. I don't understand for the life of me why a white man is representing this young kid. I'm angry. I'm upset. I don't think it was right, but what am I saying? Everything that happens in America isn't right for the black woman or the black man. An all-white jury, witness statements changing every so often. If you witness your brother get killed, you not taking the stand and you think I'm gonna believe that? You telling me a grainy video is shown to jurors, but it was shown in 4K clear to the people that witnessed it? No witness on that stand had that little man's back? None? 0 out of 21 people being questioned? Come on, man, I'm done with all of that. I feel the same way about white people, the same way they feel about my people. Yeah, try one of us.
I mean, even just following the case, I know I just, we've all been kind of keeping up with it. And just to see even that the judge, the defense attorney, and Austin Metcalf's father was in, a picture at a party they having a time. There is an alleged post from Austin, from, of course, before he passed, that, he had 2 assault rifles on his resting on himself in the car, saying that I dare one of the monkeys to come to this track meet today. But this is someone where, Carmelo Anthony was a 3.7 GPA student working 2 jobs. But he's the one that we're supposed to believe is a thug, though.
Right.
Of course. Because that's how they see us. They want everything is good because it's white. And then when it comes to black, it's angry, it's violent. And it's everything that they don't want.
And this is why I say nothing is entertainment, because movies have been made all along telling you exactly the truth. And we viewed it as entertainment, and now we're having to come back again and understanding that it's just, truth.
We are the entertainment.
And then there's
at the end of the day.
accusations that turn into
We are the
That's why I say
entertainment. We
enough.
are the show at the end of the day. It is what it is. I had a whole conversation with my son today, my 18-year-old son, and I'm telling him, as I'm running him around all day long trying to get his knee fixed to play football, bro, you playing a white man's game.
Yes.
You're at 18 years old. You're putting your body on the line to be their pawn, and you are nothing to them.
Nothing.
When are we going to wake up? When are we going to start pushing our kids to be court jesters?
Wow.
Next
There
caller.
is still so much more that's going to come from this. My goodness. Moving on, probably one of the most highly anticipated games of the year has left a lot of fans disappointed. The New York Knicks fell to the Spurs 115 to 111 last night. And just like that, all of the excitement, the anticipation, and the potential history in the making has come to an end. This is some transition here, but here we are now with the game. A lot of people seemed quite deflated once they realized that this was really going to happen, this president showing up to the game, that no one seems to be quite happy about it all.
We should be deflated that this is what we're even talking about.
Right.
This is what the world is even about, period. at the end of the day, this is just another instance where they are using black bodies to entertain their people. And then you have this white president, this little honky coming in here at the end of the day and just deflating all of that and taking all of the attention to himself. We already seen it. I have so many things that I want to say, but I can't even get into it because of the pain that I feel from our previous conversation. At the end of the day, if we just want to be a little petty, let me be petty with y'all, right? Okay, they say Jordan Woods was going there to support her man. She had her lucky orange purse that didn't make it to the game. Maybe that was a bad luck charm. Donald Trump, he showed us all in America that he is a bad luck charm. So it is what it is. But even the fact that we have to sit here and talk about these things and we're supposed to be in an uproar and be excited, this is what is entertaining us when our people and our children are being stripped and killed every single day as we're fighting to have this fake wealth and this paper money in this white man's game. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I don't have nothing else to say, baby. Y'all can unmic me.
Yeah, that's exactly how I'm feeling about it. Honestly, truly, you could really unmic me for real, because I don't want to talk about this. What are we talking about? Knicks dribbling? Shut up and dribble, nigger. Is that what we're doing now? All of those people that was playing basketball should have told them that they're not playing that day. How about that? We should stand in unison and say, we're not going to shut up and dribble. We're not going to dribble your ball. We're not going to wait so we can be puppets in your show. We're tired because our lives are on the line right now and we want to talk about basketball. What is this? What are we really talking about? Today it could be your life. Today it could be your life. Today it could be my life. What are we saying right now?
Yeah.
Our people are dying in the street every second of every day and they are walking away with not guilty.
Yep.
Everybody but black. Everybody but black.
It's us against
when we
everybody.
understand, we guilty, no matter what we did.
We the walking dead. Black people are literally the walking dead. We walk outside and we dead on arrival.
Listen, I had my son today listening to, I probably just drilled his polar brain about Louis Farrakhan, baby. Where we at? Where we at?
My goodness. Well, we're going to move on. In other news, a Charlotte man says his entire life was turned upside down after he was arrested, thrown in jail for months, both in North Carolina and Florida, over a stolen vehicle case he insists he had nothing to do with after investigators used AI facial recognition to connect him to surveillance footage with an 85% match. Jaleel Richardson says he lost his job, his home, and custody of his 2 children. And get this, he's never even been to Florida. So we're talking 85% match, 100% wrong.
Ooh.
Here we go again.
And I mean, it's like, who is accountable? Like, who stands in this gap to be accountable? Is it the technology? Is it the people using it? Who is it?
Listen, and every time with every advancement in technology and everything else, there has to be test dummies. And who better than us?
No, of course.
Who better than us?
We're always the test dummies, bon Dieu, oh bon Dieu. Qui qualité la vie ou bay moun mwen yo? Qui qualité la vie sa ye? What kind of life is this? You say reach for God. What life is this that God is allowing us to go through and grow through? What life is this? Our ancestors suffered, our kids suffered, our descendants suffered. What kind of life is this? This is what we have to look forward to? This. Oh, bon Dieu, I don't know.
And then when you're doing good, you're getting picked up on AI footage for places you had never even been to, and now you're sentenced to months in jail. Imagine that.
Nobody's rooting
So it's
for
just
you.
a target on you all the time.
Yeah.
We the walking dead.
She said that the other day. We walk out the house and we're there looking for us. No matter what you do, it's the target on our back because they looking for us.
But see, that even makes me think about the Carmelo Anthony case, and we've seen from movies like Deja Vu that came out over 20-something years ago, when they have this technology that can pinpoint everything. They don't need AI discrepancies and unpixelated videos. They don't need that. They're able to see exactly what they're doing. When I scratch my butt in my house today, I promise, they seen that.
Right.
So even all of this injustice and this stuff that's going on, it makes no sense. It's not like there are eyes on us 27/9. There's no reason why we should still be allowing this to happen. Roll the camera back. Roll the camera back.
They don't care about the
100% wrong.
Yeah.
And yet there were people there and not one person. It's like, how many people viewed it to verify that it was actually legitimate? How many people took the interest to make sure that this was sufficiently investigated to make sure that it was
You asked
legit.
me
Maybe it's the same amount of people that lied during this
Exactly.
trial against Carmelo Anthony. Maybe it's the same amount of people that changed their story time and time again. People are doing and saying and being and going and living in what serves them, and that's it.
How many times in history have we seen a white woman lie on a black man and he serves time, and 30 years later she's writing a memoir and getting sold out books in New York sellers, best-selling, and he just lost his entire life? And they barely want to give the man $1 million so that he can live the rest of his 5 years that he has left,
And then
because the black lives are worth nothing.
And then on her deathbed, now she feels so remorseful to say she lied.
And we're supposed to feel bad for white women tears, for white people's tears. We're supposed to feel bad. Black people, we're going to learn to stop being so forgiving to the other kind, because they are never forgiving to us. They never seen you as human. You was always 1/3 of a human. The Constitution didn't change. They put all these other laws in place of you. That little boy was not carrying under Texas Penal Code 4601. It is not constituted as a knife that he was carrying. That knife is a pocket knife, what he could have been just having just to protect himself. So under your law that you created, he was not considered carrying a knife. But yet, he was the threat.
Imagine,
Yeah,
come on.
I see what you're saying.
Yo,
We
this
should
is
have been
wild,
prepared.
bro.
I mean, we should have been prepared. Once we heard
No
an all-white
experts,
jury,
Raquel, no experts were called to the stand.
Nobody. And then when they got on the stand, the people that were brought up were lying. They changed the story. They talked about even when they came back from a break, that the energy had changed from different people that were going to take the stand. Like what happened? Why did the energy change? You could physically see their whole persona change.
But can you imagine that there was a tent at a track meet, and you go to another school and you go and ask the coach of the other school, because it's raining, can you sit under the tent? And the coach tells you, yes, you can sit under the tent. But then two white boys that are 100 pounds, not together, 100 pounds each, who are known bullies, come and one of them pushes you out of the tent, and you tell them, don't touch me again, I dare you to touch me again. They hit you again. You end up stabbing this person that is over 100 pounds bigger than you in self-defense, and there's no defense for you.
And then you're wrong because you said, don't touch me again, see what I do. Now you're wrong.
Yeah, black bodies can't defend themselves. Black bodies can't defend themselves. How dare you? How dare you, slave? I told you are beneath me. How dare you think you could defend your body that I own?
I really don't know what to say in this case. It's just it's painful. It's an outrage. We should have been prepared. We should have known that it was going to happen, because it's happening every single day. But I will tell you, I know you brought up the word, but in that word, that every time it was Kings and Chronicles, whenever you have a terrible person at the top, everybody beneath them becomes terrible, corrupt. And that's just what happened. When you had one or two good people at the top, everybody changed. And it comes from the top. And the fact that we love to say we're Christian, we love God, but worship Satan on a daily basis, it just has, at some point, you just have to come to terms with this is just disgusting and demonic.
Where's these Christians?
It just sounds
where's
good.
these Christians? Where y'all at? What y'all got to say?
Right here.
It just sounds good.
It sounds good till it takes place. It sounds good when your president is using this same Christianity to get them good old boys in rap. It sounds good.
It's not the same Christianity.
It can't be the same Christian. I know it's not the same.
Okay.
But clearly theirs are working way harder than the ones y'all serving. I don't know. I'm just saying. Theirs are
Satan is
working
the God
way harder.
of this earth. He's the God of this world. He's the God of this world, and this is what we're dealing with. This becomes a spiritual battle, and continuing to be like we're in such an upward to physically think we can do something about it. What happens? You kill this one, you kill that one, and then what? The demon jumps from that one to this one and this one. He's not going nowhere.
Physically think we could do something about it?
You cannot do anything
Their
physically
people
about it.
have been enjoying heaven on earth since they could remember. Their people have been enjoying heaven on earth.
If this is the heaven on earth, honey, then hey.
Their people have been enjoying heaven on earth. They don't have to die. They don't have to reincarnate. They don't have to do nothing to experience joy, love, happiness, wealth. They don't have to do nothing. But we got to pray every day. We got to endure all this pain. We got to go to him and say, beg him just to live a decent life. Come on, man. I'm not with none of that. I'm ready for it. Whatever y'all on, I'm on everything y'all on too. I feel just as you feel about me, I feel about you. Know that.
Okay. Well, let's make this transition into this next topic. There's a pastor that's going viral saying that church is not your therapy. Let's see what he had to say.
As a reminder, regular church should not be a replacement for you getting therapy. And unless the minister is a licensed mental health professional and has taken you on as their client, they should not replace you getting a therapist. A sermon should not be considered a counseling session. And a spiritual counseling session should not replace you seeing a mental health professional if one is needed. So as we look at this text and I preach this message, if you know that you have some deeply rooted mental health concerns, please understand that I in no way believe that the contents of this sermon will give you all that you need. I'm a lot of things, but I am not a licensed trained mental health. As a reminder.
Okay, well, for starters, I definitely feel like he seems to be a pastor or a motivational speaker of some sort that has consistently given bad information to his congregation. Now he's trying to take the weight of that off of himself, because at the end of the day, yes, it is true that church is not a replacement for therapy, but the reason why church is also not a replacement for therapy is because a lot of these pastors don't even operate in the proper power anyways. So you can't go to them with no mental health issues because they don't even have the power in them to cast a demon out, because mental health, schizophrenia, bipolar, all that crap, all it is demonic possession if you ask me, and that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I'm right alongside you, Tally. Honestly, the church get funded by the state, and as long as y'all in allegiance, I ain't got nothing for you, because honestly, truly, you answer to the same devil that I'm against. So really, what are you saying? You still get funded by the government.
Well,
what are we actually talking about?
I'll say my pastors have helped me. The ones that I talked to,
Maybe
and
they
that
had
I
some
needed,
power.
and I needed some help with
I
in
don't
different
want that kind of power.
situations, they have helped me. And I'm not saying it's therapy as far as medical or mental health issues, but in issues of daily issues that you're dealing with, sometimes you just need to talk with someone, and maybe you don't believe in the word, I believe in the word. So I understand that when I am being spoken to with the word, it does help me. It does heal me. And I'm not going to run from the word. When something happens to me, I run to the word, because I know that I have a God that loves me, that's going to take care of me, and that looks out for me. And I'm not going to let anybody deter me from that.
Well, the problem is a lot of them are not even preaching the word in the first place. And then that's the problem right there. And the Bible does say that we're supposed to seek godly counsel, but are they godly counsel? That's the question.
And we're not saying that some pastors do not help, cannot help, but I definitely agree with that part, that therapy and church honestly need to be separate. They work hand in hand, but baby, you need both of them.
Well,
you shouldn't have to need both of them. If the people, you shouldn't have to need both. You do now because now church is a job. People are getting paid. It's a business. You know what I'm saying?
Business.
Yeah, at the end of the day,
church is a business. But
they're not qualified.
Right. Black people don't need motivation, therapy. We need a revolution, all right? We don't need motivation. We don't need somebody telling us what we're going through isn't real and how to navigate it. We're trying to navigate a world that is not even made for you. How are you going to navigate it? There ain't no right answer. There ain't no amount of therapy that's going to teach you how to be black in America. Being black in America is impossible, because no matter what you do, you're human. And you have to navigate a world that does not see you as human. And you have to ignore your human nature, your human responses to things, the human way of doing things. You have to ignore your innate behavior just to be seen. That is impossible to cure.
Somebody write where we at. Write in. Let us know. Where are we at in this situation? Because I totally hear your frustration. I feel it too. And I'm sure everyone out there feel it. I hear your frustration. We all feel it. We all black, so we all have to deal with it. And yes, they do tell us, oh no, it's in your imagination. Well, like I say, nothing's entertainment. They've been telling us all along who they are. Now, at this point, how do we deal with that at this point?
She told y'all. She done told y'all.
I don't know how else to say this.
Girl said rise up.
Yes.
Said rise up.
Yes, the only time America sees any solution is when there's bloodshed. Why are we acting surprised? They told you in the history books.
So when
they
the
put
beast
it in the
speaks
books.
violence, like I said,
You gotta speak the same language.
You can only speak the language that the beast speaks.
Get in your word, y'all. Not the slave Bible, get in the real Bible. Know the Lord for yourself, honey, because I'm not leading no revolution for these black people around here. Forget my name tomorrow.
Y'all, that is the end of the show. Catch us tomorrow, same place, same time, right here on Point of View.